Hello, and welcome to what is hopefully going to be my first of, I don't know how many little mindful talks and, Dharma related things and stuff. So, anywho, I am out for an evening walk. It's right around golden hour, I guess, and just out in the woods. Really kind of my backyard, I suppose. Why'd I choose this backdrop? Well, first thing I wanted to talk about kind of is wrapped up in all this, and ultimately it combines nature with winter. So particularly I wanted to, not so much, for this year, because we are kind of getting into the I guess the final act of winter, so to speak, with spring around the corner, and that's gonna bring its own set of beautiful things and challenges and so forth. But winter, this is kind of more, I guess, kind of thinking ahead to practice that you can start doing in the quote-unquote nicer months, I guess, especially if you live where I do, which is in the state of Michigan. Shocking to those also in the Great Lakes, we have 4 seasons, including winter. I know some parts of the country do not have that, so this may or may not really apply to you, but really I wanted to talk about the winter blues and seasonal affective disorder, and ways that are something that has helped me really over the past, I'd say about 2 years or so. It's really helped me recognize not just how I handle winter mentally, physically, and so on, but a practice that really is applied really all year round, and can be effective for not just the winter. But yeah, I do get really down energetically and emotionally and just mentally, like, my mind and body shuts down, and at least it wants to. And something that's really helped me, and I know, like, my background, I'm out in the woods, but trust me, I'm 35, and the first 34 years of my life have been spent in the suburbs, in either houses in somewhat cookie cutter subdivisions or noisy apartments. I've lived along my fair share of very busy roads and freeways, and just like even my last apartment, I was across a very busy 1-lane road, and also a high school that had a constant construction project, it seems, really ever since I moved in, and then moved out 5 years later. So I have a lot of experience in places that don't have a whole lot of nature. Nevertheless, one thing that really started to help, even in that last apartment scenario, was finding something pleasing, even just simply, every day, ideally, but at least every season, especially if you're in a place like the Midwest or anywhere in the country that has, or world, whatever, that has 4 full seasons, like weather-wise, not just in terms of months. And if you really want to, I guess, get serious about managing, just how you handle yourself in the winter time and in other stressful seasons, or even like just day-to-day weather situations or something, like, if you have a rainy day or a snowy day, windy day, stormy day, whatever it may be. And this has taken a couple of years to figure out, and really implement. But start just in it. You can start in a purely aesthetic area. Pardon me moving around. It is quite cold, and I do have my one hand completely bare of mittens, the one holding the phone. So I have to kind of move around a little bit here and there. But anyway, even just something as simple as, if it's a real snowy day, and those days I get can be particularly annoying, especially if you have to drive places. Doesn't matter if your car's two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, although, if you're living in Michigan and your one and only car is a rear-wheel drive vehicle, then, understandable rookie mistake there, but that's just going to make things a hell of a lot worse all year round, but I digress. Anyway, but just, and you have to really have intention with this. Like, don't just think about it and then let it just go away. Like, if you really want to get to the meat of this, set aside a few minutes, just even like 2 or 3, whatever, to just stop everything and just take a look outside. Like, even just something as simple as, the colors of a pretty wildflower even, or, neighbor's flower in their garden or something, or, a vibrantly colored bird, even if it's a common one like a cardinal or blue jay or something in your area, whatever it may be, a vibrant bird against well, in this case, winter, like a snowy backdrop or something. Just simple, just things that even may not seem aesthetically gorgeous to you or anything, but things that are a little bit, at least even visually striking. And this is a practice, so be patient and it'll run its course, but try doing that every day. Just start there, don't even have to think about it. Or even something like, you're walking around and just stopping to listen to the wind blowing through the trees on a blustery day, or, actually taking time to notice like the barren branches of trees in the dead of winter, and just kind of notice the spaces in between and stuff like that, just whatever kind of floats your boat, whatever at least gets your mind thinking in a different direction, and in a way that kind of, I don't know, makes you realize what subtle beauty might be in that, whatever it is you're looking at, and keep that going. It doesn't matter if it's a gorgeous day or sunny, rainy, whatever. If you keep doing that over time, you start to look a little bit deeper at things, at least in my experience, and everyone's different, obviously, so, may take more time, less time, whatever, but with me, the more I started doing that, the more, it kind of got my wheels turning and getting me looking, deeper beneath the surface and looking at other similar things. And I mean, this is stuff really, it's helped with the seasonal affective stuff over the last couple of years, but these are things I've kind of on and off ever since I was a little kid really appreciated. But like kind of tapping back into that childhood curiosity about whatever's around you, and you'll start to, over time, develop a little bit more respect and there's even like admiration for, the changing weather patterns in your particular season and seasons as they go on. Like, you start to, not view a snowy situation as merely a frustrating annoyance, where they're like, okay, that's actually aesthetically pleasing, or, yeah, just that kind of a mindset. And, you know, a real tough one, especially up here, is, you know, when the vibrant leaves toward the tail end of fall start to leave, no pun intended, blow off. And eventually, you know, it's that first week or so where all of the branches are barren. Like that, I mean, maybe not to you, but I know that's something that always messed with me. So anyway, yeah, just start there, and, you know, soon enough you'll start to appreciate and respect the nature around you in every season, you know, and you start to find something, you know, something beautiful about every season that you might never have had before, you know, a few weeks or even a few months or whatever before that. So anyway, yeah, that's that's something on my mind as I'm walking out here, and just kind of wanted to share that because it's something that's been very helpful to me, and, you know, it might take at least a little bit of the edge off the winter blues, winter doldrums, whatever you want to call them, and make things a little bit brighter. So anyway, that's all for now.